Hello, I'd like to talk to you about IELTS writing and ways that you can demonstrate your vocabulary knowledge in Task 1 and Task 2 essays. Synonyms, of course, are a very good way to do this, but there is a danger that synonyms get overused. So I'm going to show you some strategies to avoid overusing synonyms and to replace them with other methods of demonstrating word power. So first of all, let's have a look at this IELTS question, Task 2 question. One of the things that you have to do with the IELTS essay is when you're writing the introduction, you paraphrase the question. And this is a place for candidates to demonstrate their ability to use synonyms. Unfortunately, it can become a little bit overdone. So you don't want your essay to look like it's been written by someone who's using a synonym generator. You want it to look like it's been written by someone who is using an advanced knowledge of vocabulary. So I'm going to give you 3 tips to demonstrate an advanced knowledge of vocabulary as you use synonyms and strategies to use alongside synonym use. In this video, I'm going to talk about the magic word, and I will give you links to the other 2 videos in the description box below. So, the magic word, where can you find it? Well, it's there in every or nearly every IELTS question in plain sight. You just have to find it. And once you know what it is, it's quite easy to identify. The magic word is the flexible word. It's the word that can be used as a verb and it can also be used as a noun. A lot of these magic words can be used as adjectives and adverbs as well, but I'm not going to go there because that's not really relevant for writing paraphrases of questions for IELTS essays. But using verbs as nouns and nouns as verbs is really going to make your writings a lot more sophisticated in both grammar and vocabulary. So actually these are very common English words and you will have come across all of them. And they're commonly used as nouns and they're commonly used as verbs. So it's very important that you do know how to structure sentences around these words in whatever form they're being used. And you can see at the bottom there are some words that have actually the same spelling. The pronunciation might be a little bit different sometimes, but the spelling is the same for the verb form and the noun form. But when you use them as verbs and when you use them as nouns, you do have to restructure the sentence quite significantly, and this shows the examiners that you do have a higher level of writing skill. So let's practice. So here is a question. Pause the video, look for the magic word and see if you can paraphrase the sentence. Okay, did you find the word? Yes, the word is lost. Now there are 2 things you could do with this. You could, of course, use it as a noun, a loss. Often we say a loss of 40%, or in this case, a loss of traditional cultures. Or you could use it as a verb again, but in an active sentence rather than a passive sentence. This sentence says, traditional cultures will be lost. We don't know who will lose them. So we could rephrase it as an active sentence and say, we will lose traditional cultures. So here are the 2 ways of paraphrasing the question using an alternative verb form or a noun. And as you can see, it's not easy. The language doesn't seem to have changed very much, but the sentence structures have changed quite a bit. So in order to do this, you need to get it right in order to get the higher band, the 7 and above. So you need to practice it. So here are some more. Here are two more. Have a look and see if you can find the magic word. Pause the video and figure out the paraphrasing as well. Okay, so there are two sentences. The first one, I think, consumer spending. That's a noun. We could change that to a verb, to spend. And the second one, well, first of all, I see collected. So collected, collection, that would work. How rainwater collection is used for the drink. Yeah, we could use that. Or we could use use of, which is a noun, and change that to a verb. So rather than doing collected, collection, let's do use of. So spending on and use of. So you will notice when they're used as nouns, they're often followed by a preposition, customer spending on different items for the use of drinking water. So we're going to change them into verbs so that they will probably lose those prepositions. So let's have a look and see how it comes up. Again, you can see that the sentences haven't changed their vocabulary a lot, but they have changed their structure. You can also see that in the original sentence it says the diagram below or the table below. When you're paraphrasing, you can't say that. You can't say the diagram below because there will be no diagram. So that's a free tip for you. If you're finding this not as straightforward as perhaps using a synonym, that's okay. It just means you have to practice, and learning is a process and it involves practice. If you want to get into the higher bands for vocabulary and grammar as well, then you're going to have to practice this form and get it right before you book the test. So I have found some more questions, task 1 and task 2 questions, and I've posted them in the description box below. You can look at those, see if you can identify the magic words and practice paraphrasing them. You can write your paraphrases in the comments and I can have a look at it and give you some feedback. Practice and feedback, practice and feedback. This is what you need in order to improve. And if you want to get a 7 or above in your IELTS, then this is what you're going to need to do, or one of the things that you're going to need to do for IELTS writing. There are some 2 other videos and I've linked to them in the description box below. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you have found it useful, and if you'd like to try and paraphrase some of the questions in the description box, then give them a go and post your paraphrases in the comments. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.